You know, there are times really when I look at my team, and they also work very, very hard. You know, you really have to love what you're doing to be able to wake up every day and enjoy what you're doing and be passionate about it. You know, we've been filming Fun Taiwan, Fun Asia now for five years, almost 6 years. And people ask me, like, how do you have enough energy? Don't you get bored, or don't you get tired? But, you know, I can honestly say that, I mean, I do love what I'm doing. Who gets to wake up in the morning and fly a seaplane for work, unless you're a seaplane pilot, I guess. This was on a recent trip that we just took in Queensland. We went to Queensland 那边. And this was my first time ever flying a plane. I don't have a license. And I was just, you know, so excited. 我真的很期待. So what happened is, this is a small seaplane. We have me, the pilot, the 2 cameramen. One is filming outside, one is filming me. And then we have 2 people in the back, the sound guy and also the production assistant. And this is my ending. So the ending for the whole episode. So I'm really excited. And I'm flying the plane, right? And I'm looking at the camera. He's behind me, basically the audience. And I want to prove to the audience, 我要让大家知道我真的在开飞机. Okay, so I'm like holding the plane. I'm like, oh my God, this is so awesome. Can you believe I'm flying a plane? I'm really flying a plane. See? No, really, 真的. Okay. How many of you have flown a plane? I don't know if you know this. You probably know this. But you don't only just go left and right. You can actually go up and down too. So of course this is what I also had to prove to the audience. So I was like, 真的可以往上往下来，你看. So here I was having the time of my life, you know, like flying the plane. And then we get out. We arrive, you know, we land the plane, and, you know, I'm like, oh yeah, this is so cool, this is so cool. And then I turn back and I'm like, wasn't that awesome, y'all? I was looking at the team and, yeah. Things are so much different when you're actually in control, when you're actually behind the wheel. 完全不一样. I am constantly still making these mistakes. Don't get me wrong. I mean, language is still always a problem, and I still always make mistakes. Like just recently, actually, I was learning Taekwondo, and you know, when Taekwondo, you have to do certain kicks, and you have to kind of use your waist, sometimes use your hips, right? So I'm asking the teacher, and I'm like, okay, so I want to know, like, when you do the side kick, do you use your waist, do you use your, you know, your hips, right? So I said, 老师不好意思，你在踢的时候，是靠腰吗？还是靠背？ All the time. I mean, really, I make some of the worst, most embarrassing mistakes. You know, another thing that I did recently. We were at the press conference for a boat launch, and I'm very nervous because they had everybody there. You know, Hao Longbin and Ma Yingzhou, everybody was there at this press conference, and here I am holding my, you know, my notes, and it's all in Chinese, and I can't really read Chinese. It's all in, you know, pinyin. So I'm like, okay, this is the Huanghou Hao. 你有坐过吗? It's a big boat launch. And I'm like, okay, live cameras everywhere, everybody's looking at me, you know, all these legislators, all these important VIP looking at me, and I'm like announcing, and I'm like, 谢谢大家今天来到现场，我们现场有郝龙斌先生，郝龙斌，谢谢你今天跟我们大家一起上床。 You know, again, I basically accidentally told Mr. Mayor Ma to thank you for sleeping with all of us. These are mistakes that I make constantly in my job, but I'm lucky that I have a job that I really feel passionate about. And so, I mean, basically what I'm trying to do, I know everybody says, oh, well, you're lucky, you're easy, you know, you have a dream job, of course you're going to love what you're doing. But that's not necessarily true. You know, it's like, you don't have to be a travel show host to love what you do every single day. So yes, play, I do get to play every day. That is my job. But what I hope everybody takes away from, you know, today, from my speech today, is that passion is really, really vital. You know, when I was going through all the stories that I wanted to talk about today, and I was going through all the moments of play that I've had in my life, I really have to thank Ted. You know, thank you for reminding me that I can make play a living. I can make a living out of play. You know, play can be part of my life, part of my career. And I really believe that be passionate about something. Do what you're passionate about. Be passionate about what you do. I always believe in this phrase that somebody told me. If you love your job, you will never have to work a day of your life. And I think taking that home with me, I was like, you know what? That is so true. I don't have to work a single day of my life because I'm enjoying life as it is. You know, I'm enjoying my everyday experiences. And I hope that everybody else is able to do that as well. You know, I have a favorite quote from college that I always share with my friends, and it's, you can only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. So I encourage everybody, go play, 去玩, kiseng, haking kiseng, and make that your life. You know, let the world be your playground. The end.
Wow, Janet, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Just a couple of questions for you.
Sure.
2 questions. First question is going to put you on the spot.
Oh no.
I remember you said something about your biggest fear is singing.
Oh no. Do not ask me to sing. Do not ask me to sing.
Today is TEDx Taipei. Is there something you would like to share with us? Or should I skip to the second question?
There's TED next year, right?
There is.
Okay.
But you can always do it this year.
No, then you don't want me to sing because then there's never ever going to give you another TED.
Well, why don't I go to the second question?
Okay.
In our booklet, you mentioned that since we are from TED, we should know what Taiwan's best kept secret is. And
Yeah.
I thought, what is yours? Is there something you would like to share? Is there your favorite restaurant? Someone you have met while doing your film series that's really, really memorable? A story, a campfire story maybe.
Oh wow, you really are putting me on the spot. Somebody that's really made a difference. Well, you know what, my grandmother really is. I usually start my speeches off with talking about my grandmother. 伊是红山人，家讲红山的人，高雄的，高雄，真的有。My grandma has been an amazing woman. You know, 50 years ago, when she was 40 years old, she learned French. And she wanted to learn French because she wanted to go to Africa to do volunteer work.
Wow.
Now, this is 50 years ago, a Taiwanese woman learning French to go to Africa. You ask somebody now to go to Africa to do volunteer work, and they'll be like, ah, 你起笑哟. But my grandma, yeah, she really did that. And, you know, from there, I think it really inspired my dad. My dad inspired me. In fact, when I was a kid, my dad would take, I don't know if I should be saying that, my dad's saying right there. He would take us out of school to go to Disneyland, okay? Because he thought that this classroom isn't the only place for you to learn. Like, he would take us to Disneyland because he thought that Disneyland was a great place to learn. I love my dad.
All right.
So I really have grown up in a family where they've always encouraged learning outside of the box. The box being, you know, the classroom setting. And I think that started off with my grandmother. I mean, even now, you know, she's 88 years old. No, 89 years old. 89 years old, still doing well, still talking, still, you know, giving us encouragement, still saying, you know, she's a lovely, lovely woman, and she's inspired my, you know, my father, and then my mom, obviously, and then me and my sister. So yeah, these are, they're not really secret people. I mean, like, I talk about them all the time, but they are who inspire me.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.